yeah. We are at the final full moon of 2020. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi. Hello. Okay, great. I don't know if you just saw me dancing. I got to go back and check out the beginnings of these because it tells me that I'm live in one place on my screen, but then it pops up a couple moments later. So I don't know if like the silly things I do right at the beginning get on, but nonetheless, welcome to the final episode, the final masterclass in this Moon Masterclass mini series that we've done since the middle of November, which is just so incredible. It's so fun because I remember as I was planning it all out and mapping it all out. Hi, Maria. Hi, Kelly. Great. You couldn't see me. That's excellent. I remember in November when I got the download that I wanted to do these master classes to take us from November through the end of 2020. It just felt so fun and exciting. And I knew that this final master class was going to be here before I could even blink, and it really has been. So, and we've gone through Thanksgiving, we've gone through Christmas, we've gone through all of the moons and all of the energies. It's been amazing. So I'm so grateful to be here with you all tonight. Hi, Chelsea. Hello, ladies. Say hi as you hop on. I'm going to do a quick run through of all of the things here, just so you know. I get a couple great questions from ladies who are new to us for this masterclass. So first thing, I love communicating back and forth. So if you've got a question about anything that pops up, please comment in the chat box. Also, get your sisterhood love on and cheer each other on in the chat boxes as you start to share, and you can relate to other people. I love it. I often, in my group coaching capacities, we do Zoom calls where we all get to share and we all get to have these really beautiful, safe space, intimate conversations. And it's just so awesome seeing the connection and seeing the faces of oh yeah, me too. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Anna. And so we don't quite get that in the masterclass right here because it's just me on the screen, but know this, that I am always paying attention to your comments. They happen to be in a different spot than I'm looking at my camera. So if I look down here, it's because I'm reading your comments. So first things first, please be communicative. And as you're popping on, hi, Eva. I would love for you to share one celebration that you have today, with it being the full moon in Cancer. It feels like a really important place to start. So share in the comments something that you're celebrating. It can be big, it can be small, it can be anything. Please, please, please share. I'm excited to read them all. Point number 2. If you are in this space, you have access to anything I've ever done in this space. It goes back quite a ways. But if you're like, whoa, what do you mean this is the 4th masterclass in this mini series? You can scroll back through the Facebook group, or you can click on this handy dandy little link I'm going to give you right now, and you can access all the replays. Can I do it? Hi, Christine. Hello, hello. Hi, Amy. That link that I just posted in the comments section, it's the Dash Moon Cycle Connection miniseries. That has all of the replays that I have done for the past few masterclasses, as well as any worksheets. Last masterclass did not have a worksheet. The first 2 did. All super helpful. Have fun with them. They're totally available for you, totally free, totally fun. Which brings me to my next point. We do have a worksheet for tonight's class. It's on that website as well. Scroll all the way to the bottom, click on the yellow button, and I have it here, New Year, New Intentions worksheet is going to pop up for you. We're going to hop into that in just a second. And then finally, hi, I'm Jillian Volans. I'm an intuitive life coach. I am a spiritual mentor. I am a healer. I am a space holder. I am a space creator. I believe in sisterhood. I believe in cyclicality. I believe in helping women uncover the truth of who they are. And I have talked to several of you and you're like, I have no idea who I truly am. And yeah, been there, done that. Same, which is why I now teach it, because I spent a significant amount of time really doing a deep dive into myself. and uncovering how to tap into my own intuition, really ebbing and flowing with the moon cycle. Some of you might know my story, but I didn't have a natural period for 14 years. I started following the moon cycle, gave myself a period, which was just miraculous. And this was after having 2 babies through the IUI process, and I was told that I would never get pregnant naturally. So got the period and then got pregnant naturally, which is just like miracle upon miracles. But I believe in this. I believe in this work. I believe in seasonality. I believe in celebration. I believe in connecting with soul sisters who are ready to do this work, are ready to stop forcing and start flowing, ready to learn what that even means, ready to stop living in the linear expectation-based way that so many of us have been living, and start to tap into your natural magic, your natural beauty, your natural miraculousness. This is what I do. And so if any of you are interested after this class, I'm going to, actually, I'm going to put it just my general website. I offer up these courses, however often I want to, and we've got a big thing happening in January, and I will tell you about that. But if you are ready, wanting to go deeper, you're wanting to bring actual intuitive coaching into your life, and you're ready to have sisterhood, like deeply connected, quantum leaps providing, just transformational conversation that just will help you uncover your truth at the deepest level. If you are wanting that into your life, please head to my website and check out my Work With Me section. My Moon Cycle Collective and my True You Tent are 2 incredible options. The Moon Cycle Collective is all moon. The True You Tent, we go deeper. There is coaching involved with that. We celebrate each of the Sabbats throughout the year. It's a really, really special, sacred place. And if you're interested in really going there, taking things to the next level, please go to my website and fill out a Moonprint call or a discovery call. You'll find them all on the web pages. And we'll hop on the phone to talk about what is best for you in the next season of your life, the next iteration of you. So I wanted to make sure to say that now, to make sure that I plugged that in, because I know so many of you are yearning for that thing. You're yearning to go deeper. So tonight's going to teach you a ton. We're going to get on in there. But I also, I would be remiss if, as an intuitive life coach, I didn't say, hey, I've got really great options to continue supporting you along your journey if you're really ready to go there. So there we are. That is done and said. Thank you so much for your time and your ability to receive. And now let's dive in. So hi Jenna. Let's just check out a couple of the things that you're celebrating over here. Hi Johanna. Let's see. Being here live, Kelly, yay. Super clear on my goals for January. That's awesome. Had a nice walk, filling out personal and business planners for 2021, celebrating growth, Brittany Rose. I love it. Celebrating being with this tribe tonight, Chelsea. Got you, girl. Celebrating acceptance of my 2021 word of the year, which is grace. Eva is one of our sacred members of the True You Tent, and she resisted her word like I resisted mine, but it's gonna provide massive transformation, girlfriend. You know that. Chelsea also celebrating winter. I adore the magic in stillness and quiet. Same. Jenna, sorry if I'm in and out trying to juggle between bedtime routine. Oh, girl, I feel you. I got you on that. Maria, a year of strength and growth. Christine, getting out and about after a 14-day quarantine. Hallelujah. So much to celebrate, ladies. Excellent. Okay. So does everybody have, I love when I get into teacher mode, because it's so fun. Like as a coach, as an intuitive coach, we like go there. We like get to the underbelly. We get to the heart. We like crack open. We transform. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And then as a teacher, I'm like, okay, here's the stuff. So different energies, but all beautifully intertwined into this. So does everybody have their New Year, New Intentions worksheet up and available or printed out? Make sure you grab that. And I would like to start. I know I just like came out guns a-blazing, super high energy, but I would love to invite you all into taking a deep breath. And another one. Fill yourself with gratitude. Good, 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 good. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Tonight, we are going to talk a little bit about the full moon that's happening, not so coincidentally, on this final night of this moon mini series. We are going to talk about what an intention is and how to actually intentionally step into 2021. And we're going to give you a glimpse as to how you can really maintain the energy of that throughout the year. So I would love to ask this question too. No, I'm gonna save that question for afterwards. Full moon in Cancer. Tonight is the full moon in Cancer, and Cancer has actually been quite active as a zodiac sign within this entire year. Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's a water sign. So, like the term still waters run deep. Well, Cancer has that. Cancer's got that incredible, amazing ability to hold space and to feel deep, deep feels. And so tonight, with this being like the final nod to 2020 and all of the gifts she has bestowed upon us, all of the hardship, which has led to deeper knowing, all of the wins despite what's happened in the world, all of the frustrations and sadness and despair, all of that, we get to hold in our heart tonight and release. The full moon is the time of the moon cycle where we get to do two things. We get to celebrate. So imagine, like bonfire, you're out here. I mean, right now on the call, there are 20 of us on, which is amazing live. And I know that so many other people will catch the replay and stuff like this. So I want you to forget that you're sitting in front of a silly screen right now and imagine that we are together. Bonfire blazing, full moon beaming down on us. You are in a safe space with other women who are wanting to learn what you're wanting to learn, are feeling that call, that natural, primal, ancient wisdom filled call that you're feeling. And you are celebrating. You're dancing in the moonlight. You are just laughing and moving your body and allowing yourself to be swept away with Mother Nature. The full moon does that, and it also allows for us to release. Think about it. When you move your body in celebration, when you give honor and nods to what in life feels celebratory, you also shake up some stuff. You move some stuff physically and energetically. And when you focus on what you're celebrating, it also reveals to you that which doesn't serve you. And so we celebrate, yes, we celebrate what works, we celebrate the lessons learned, we celebrate the connection along the way, and we release what no longer serves us. Because through the learning, through the uncovering, through the figuring out what works, there's also the byproduct of what doesn't work. We don't need that anymore. And I will say this, ladies, we cannot go into 2021 carrying the limiting beliefs of needing to perform for approval anymore. We cannot go in with the limiting beliefs that there's not enough time, that you are not worthy of what you want, that life is meant to be lived on a hamster wheel where you're not participating at all and you are just living in this, I'm fine, I'm okay, but like really deep down you're dying sense of being anymore. No longer can we do that. No longer also, you'll notice, I said the moon is full tonight. Have you ever heard of a moon cycle, which is 28, 29-ish days, where the moon just decided to stay full the whole cycle long? Anyone? Anyone? No. The moon, no matter what's happening, no matter what is happening, no matter what time it is, whether it's whether it's 2021, whether it's year 0, whether it's year 5,000, the moon continues to wax and wane through her cyclicality, her natural rhythm. So why on this green planet that we live on do we think that we don't have to participate with the law of seasonality and cyclicality like every other thing does? Why do we think we can be full all season long, all cycle long? We can't. We can't. It's not possible. Just like the trees do not abundantly bear fruit or even bear leaves. I live in Maine, so like it looks dead and barren out there. They can't hold on to their leaves all year long. There must be a season of rest and rejuvenation. They look dead up top, but it's underneath that all the magic is taking place. Their roots are rejuvenating so that it can spend the whole next year budding, turning green and luscious, then turning into amber and gold and red and yellow and orange, beautiful, vibrant colors, so that then it can fall again. The trees cannot stay full all cycle long. The moon cannot stay full all cycle long. My loves, we can't either. That also goes for the other side too. The moon is a new moon, which means that she is black. We can't see her in the sky for a few days of every moon cycle, but there is never a time where the moon's just not going to show up for 29 days. So if you're on the other end of the spectrum with not taking any action, with getting so bogged down with lethargy and an unwillingness to move, that's not doable either. Ladies, it is time to step into 2021 with the knowing and the understanding that you are a cyclical being. If you take nothing else away from tonight, hear these words. You are a cyclical being, just like the moon, just like the flowers, just like the trees, just like the animals, all of us. We are all connected to nature. And when you can start leaning into that and surrendering into that, at first it feels like, oh my gosh, I know, trust me, I know. It is hard to slow down. It is hard to allow yourself to rest because you have been groomed for performance. You have been told that you are only worthy when you are doing something, which is why you're either doing something or you're burnt out and feeling and like falling flat on your face and then feeling guilty for not doing anything. Like, ladies, I know the cycle well. We're going to move through that cycle. That's the stuff that we get to release. And you probably have some specific things that you're popping up. Like, okay, I'm going to ask you, right? Clear your minds. Clear your minds. This is a good class, ladies. Okay. What are you ready to release? What feels important to release? What are you no longer willing to allow into your space in 2021 because you know it doesn't serve you anymore? You may resist what's popped up for you, but I'm telling you what's popped up for you is probably something that's been popping up here and there along the way, but you've tried to push aside. You've tried to busy your way out of looking at it. You've tried to pretend like, oh, it's fine. I can keep that thing. Ladies, when we release the thing, it actually transmutes. When we name the thing, oh, ladies, good job. Hey, Dara. When we name the thing, so you're naming the thing right now, Amy, guilt, resentment, fear. Amazing. Amy, I invite you to get a little bit more specific too. Like, when does guilt pop up? When does resentment pop up? When does fear? Those super powerful that you're naming the emotions and like, what are they tied to? Because that we can try to release the generally speaking thing, but when we get specific about what it's tied to, then we know what to focus on. Because ladies, when we name the thing, we know what to release. And when we release it, it's able to transmute. The universe takes it and transmutes it into pure positive energy. And so you're actually contributing to the greater expansive mass consciousness collective, when you release your fears, release your doubts, release the stuff, because it gets transmuted and it turns into pure positive energy, because you get, and then you get to refill it. You get to fill that space with what you actually want. Eva, justifying. Dara, the weight and beliefs of the past. Anna, the constant need to hustle. Inaction. Jenna, ready to release the guilt, mom guilt, of taking and asking for space for me. Oh, honey, yeah. Ladies, you can't listen while you talk, right? How many moms are in the group where it's like your kid is like, can I have a sandwich? Can I have a sandwich? Can I have a sandwich? And like you're trying to say, yes, what kind of sandwich would you like? But they keep asking you for a sandwich. Like we can't receive when we're constantly doing. This is why the cycles of the moon that ask us to slow down and go inward, they are just as crucial, if not more so, to the outward stuff, because the outward stuff without the inward stuff is working off fumes. It's working off expectations. When you go inward and then outward, you're working off inspiration. Hear this. When you work outwardly without going inward first, you're working out of obligation. When you work outwardly and that action came because you went inwardly first and you got inspired, that's inspiration. Would you rather act, do, work out of obligation or inspiration? My loves, don't tell me that the shower is not your favorite place in the entire world. Don't tell me that the car ride where everybody is silent, or you've dropped all the tiny humans off and you are just sitting by yourself, don't tell me that's not the best place for thoughts to just pop into your head. It's because in those moments, you're not trying to perform. You're not trying to do. You're literally an open vessel. Guess what? You can create that. You can create that. And it's important that you do. So let's see. Hi, Danielle Abbott. Ready to release what other people think of me, or better, what I think other people are thinking of me. Totally. Because it's our perception, right? It's our perception of what we think they're thinking. And I heard this before, and it said, don't make up somebody else's mind for them. You don't know what they think of you. And also, it doesn't actually matter because it doesn't say anything about you at all. You know your truth. And if you don't, that's where the work is to be done. Not on what they think of you. Because what they think of you is really just a nuisance. What's the word? A distraction. It's a distraction from you doing your own work and knowing yourself. Because if you know yourself, if you're solid here, they can think whatever they want. And I know that that's easier said than practiced, but that's the point of it. That's the point of it. Hi, Marcella. Brittany is ready to release inaction. Awesome, awesome. Chelsea, my kid is here with me right now asking 1,000 questions. Is Kamala Harris in this meeting? That would be amazing. Kamala Harris should be in this meeting. I think, should we put that on the intentions list? Have a masterclass with Kamala? I think that's awesome. Oh, I'm so welcome, Marcella. We're so happy to have you here. Christine, inspiration. Love it. Inspiration every day. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, ladies. So, full moon in Cancer. Deeply feeling moon. It's time to release. This is like the best like purge. Like imagine your physical vessel holding all of 2020 in you, right? Like think about in the Moon Cycle Collective today, I lead guided meditations twice a month in that space, and I walked them through a celebration. And I invite you to do this later on. Think about every month throughout the year. What can you celebrate about January and then February and March? It was awesome meditation. But think about your body holding all of 2020, all of your experiences in 2020, from January 1st to December 29th, every experience that you've had in 2020. And now think about Mama Moon up there in her brightest, most amazingly vibrant self. Nothing can hide in the full moonlight. It illuminates everything. We try to tuck things into the shadows. We try to let ourselves get away with stuff, but the full moon illuminates it all. We cannot live out of integrity any longer, ladies. We cannot live in a way that makes us feel awful. The point is to feel good in this lifetime as often as possible. So picture Mama Moon and her bright moonbeam just shining through you, and imagine it being water with the Cancer moon. Let that water just wash it away. Let it come through your crown, down your face, down your neck, down your shoulders, down your hands, through your chest and your belly and your hips and your legs and out your feet. Wash it away. Wash it away. This is the greatest release. And as you release, like I said earlier, we must intentionally fill that space. So, ladies, you've said what you are ready to release. What are you ready to fill it with? What are you ready to feel in 2021? And what are you ready to do in 2021? Intentionally focused on it. What are you ready for? That your soul calls you to, that your heart calls you to. What are these things? So what do you want to do? And how is it you want to feel? And I'll tell you right now, that feeling part is everything. It's more important than the actual doing. Because when you can feel the vibration of what you want first, it's already done. You just have to have fun with the creating. Balance, Anna says, I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you want to do? And how do you want to feel? Take my business full time. Awesome. How will that make you feel, Anna? Dara, ease, magical, powerful, self-knowing, and sure of my magic and power, a being of light filled with gratitude and joy. Girl, I mean, you know I know. Hell yeah. Ease, Eva Marie. Yeah, girl. Confidence, growth, purpose, joy. Awesome. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Even Dara. In control. Awesome. Happy AF. Yeah, girl. Okay. So, ladies. Oh, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. Jenna, deepen my personal happiness, business growth, freedom, and flexibility with work. And girl, your personal happiness is going to lead to those other things. You choosing happiness and you feeling freedom on purpose. The byproduct of that is going to be business growth and flexibility from work. We've been taught that it's the other way around. We've got to get flexibility at work and business growth in order to be happy and feel free. That's not how it works. I use this analogy a lot, but we often think that we need to struggle and sacrifice our way to abundance. Sisters, they are on, just think about it. Think about the word struggle. Feel that in your body. You can feel the energy of that, right? Now think about abundance. Feel that in your body. They are on two different energetic fields. And law of attraction being what it is, you cannot get here from here. I live in Maine, so does anybody else get that joke? Can't get there from here. I grew up in Massachusetts. I'm not sure that true Mainers would allow for me to say that joke, but ladies, you cannot get here from here. You cannot struggle your way to freedom. So how do we do it? How do we call it in then? We start feeling freedom first. I was actually just interviewed right before I hopped on this, and I gave this analogy. So if you are wanting to bring in more financial abundance, but that feels kind of like icky and sticky to you for whatever reason, you can't believe in it, you can't believe that it's coming to you, then you've got to shift your focus and think about abundance in other areas. So an example, I just got a bike for Christmas. I've wanted a bike for years, and I just got one for Christmas, and I love it so much. And it was 30 degrees the day after Christmas, but you better believe I was going out for a bike ride. And I was going down a hill. I haven't ridden a bike in so long. I was going down a hill and I had the biggest smile on my face. I felt the wind on my cheeks. It was beautiful out. The clouds and the blue sky were over this beautiful farm. Like, it was lovely out. I felt freedom. That is what freedom felt like. I didn't have to be focused on the other areas of my life. When I feel freedom over here, it bleeds into all the other areas of my life. And now, during times, if I'm feeling lack or I'm feeling caged in a certain area of my life, and Jenna, will stay on your example here. Say I'm feeling caged in my business. Staring at feeling caged in my business is not going to help growth. But remembering the feeling that I had on that bike doesn't have anything to do with my business, but it has everything to do with it. Because as long as I can hold the vibration of the feeling of what I want to feel, it will bleed into other areas of life. Are you following me with this, ladies? We think that our life is siloed into like individual columns, like the energy that happens over in our money column is different than the energy that's happening in our relationships, in our physical body, and our learning, or whatever it is. But no, the energy that underlies all of it is the same, and it all permeates each other. So if you're feeling lack in one area, you're going to see lack in other areas. So if that's true, then the opposite is true. If you want to feel abundant, if you want to feel free, then I don't care how you create that feeling. You create that feeling and you create it more frequently, you'll see it show up in other places. The booming business, the flexibility, that will all be a byproduct. We talk about this a lot within my coaching. Like, the inner work, the true knowing of yourself is the actual point. Everything else is a byproduct, and it's fun. It's a fun byproduct to have better relationships, or to have a more abundant business, or to have a better feeling physical body. All of that's just fun because it's literally a byproduct of you getting really clear on you. And it all matters. It all matters. So Jenna, thank you for sharing that, because I think I think a lot of people are feeling that. Ladies, is that a yes? Was that helpful for a lot of you? Johanna, encourage women and I'll feel powerful. How about you feel powerful? And then you let those women that you're encouraging to be to like receive the amazingness of that. Laurel, lightness of being. I love it. Chelsea, inviting fun. Ladies, fun is the key. It's the key. And magic and love and joy, and ready to create fun and magic and love and joy. Yes. Kelly, ease, fun, crafting, creating on my property for a kiddo community. Yes. Brittany, freedom and peace. Chelsea, switch priorities from doing to being. Hi, Elisa. Inspired, nourished, supported, magical. Yes, ladies. Okay. So, do you realize you just set your intentions for 2021? So, here's what, ladies. When we follow the moon cycle, typically at the new moon, we set intentions for what we want to grow over the moon cycle. And go back and check out previous masterclasses that go through specifically the moon cycle itself. New moon, we set intentions. Full moon, we kind of like take a state of the state and we look back at like, how's it going with those intentions that we set? What's working? What's not? We celebrate what's working. We release what's not. And when we can live in this way, ladies, and make this a natural part of our practice, instead of looking at like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, or even month to month, what if we started living with the moon cycle so that your focus was more on intentions, celebrating and release? Intentions, celebrating and release. You might have the same intentions throughout the entirety of 2021, or they might ebb and flow throughout the year. This intention may lead into another intention. But the point is to be very intentional about what you want to do and how you want to feel. This is it. So, stepping into 2021, I'd love for you to, and then we're going to get into the worksheet a little bit. Actually, no, let's get into the worksheet now. If you have your worksheets, let's pull it up because this is going to be really fun, like super duper fun. I have mapped out for you something I wish I had, like when I first started this journey. Knowing the new and the full moons are so powerful, and they really help your participation with your own cycle to happen on a deeper level. So it's so funny. I joke with myself, like, I never know what date it is, but I always know exactly where the moon is. I always know the phase that it's in, because that's how I live now. And that feels really exciting and really powerful to me. And so, yeah, we can step into 2021 with intentions, and we will. But the point of this masterclass, well, there's been a few points so far, but the point I really want to drive home to you is that you get to be intentional all the year through. How many of you feel like 2020, you were reacting most of the way through? Now, that might not be a complete fair question because nobody could have seen the intensity that was this year. But, no, not but, and there were moments that I know and I'm very practiced in this, and I still found myself reacting to the external world rather than being intentional about what I chose to do. Yes, we had limitations this year, and I don't want to be, I acknowledge and I grieve deeply for the amount of loss and death and sickness that has happened over the course of this year. That is something that I hold tremendous amount of space for. There have been huge obstacles for so many people. And also, this year has provided us with the deep knowing that we can't continue functioning on like we have been anymore, like we talked about. This year called us into stillness in a way that most people were very uncomfortable doing, because that's not something that they had naturally practiced before. And so we got reactive to things. And even as we got used to the new normal and all of that, we still found ourselves reacting to all that was around us. When we allow ourselves to live a life with intentionality, that means we bring focus. We bring excitement into the game. We choose. We are proactive with what we want to do and how we want to feel. Now, there's going to be shifts, there's going to be pivots, there's going to be curveballs. Also life. But if you can allow yourself to participate and also like proactively know the times of the cycle that you might need a little bit more tenderness, the times of the cycle that you're ready to go, typically a little bit more, you can participate even deeper. I've shared this before, but during the disseminating moon, which is the few days after the full moon, I kind of crawl into a little hole. I just feel super tender every single month during that moon phase. And it's not coincidental because that moon phase calls us into deep self-nourishment and self-nurturing. That moon phase is about, okay, you just released a lot during the full moon. You celebrated a lot and you released a lot. So can we like take care of ourselves a little bit before we go out and we start taking action again? That's what the disseminating moon is about. And I will tell you, I plan my social calendar this year, like in 2020 hasn't been one to really navigate, but I plan my social calendar. I plan my business calendar. I plan my activities with my kiddos to really be slower and more nurturing during that time of the moon cycle, because I know that I need it. So when we start to get to know ourselves based on what the energy around us is bringing up, we get to be even more intentional. So it's so great to have the concept of this is what I want to do and this is how I want to feel. And when you're you're willing to witness what comes up throughout the process, it's even more magical and even more powerful. Disseminating moon is my heart and favorite phase. Oh, Chelsea, that's awesome. Balsamic moon is my favorite phase now. Balsamic moon is a resting phase. I'll tell you, first quarter moon and third quarter moon, I can like slay a dragon. I feel so good. Balsamic moon, I used to resist so much because it's kind of like winter. It's like you feel like you can just breeze through it and start going on the next cycle again. But like, no, we need that rest to kind of like kick our feet up and like review everything that happened that cycle. So, ladies, back to the worksheet that I created for you. What I have here for you is every single new moon of 2021 and every single full moon. What I invite you to do is keep this, but also mark it down on a working calendar that you have so that you have deeper awareness with what's coming up throughout the year. Every single cycle, I set new moon intentions and I release energy and I celebrate energy with the full moon. And so having that harmony of ritual and practice really centers me, and it also keeps me focused on the intentions that I really hold deep within me, the intentions that I set at the beginning of the year, the intentions that I'm setting monthly. It helps me to gauge where things are. And that doesn't mean just like the growth or the transformation or how far along I've gotten. That has everything to do with how I feel as well. So the other thing that I want to point out to you, because this is really cool. So I'm not going to get completely into the zodiacs in this call because that, could take 6 other calls, but I want to touch upon this because this is really cool and exciting. The new moon is based on your sun sign. So if you are a Sagittarius, like me, the new moon in Sagittarius takes place during Sagittarius season. So think about what your zodiac sign that you associate with your birth. Think about where that falls throughout the year. The moon that's new during that season is going to be that zodiac's sign. Does that make sense? Let me say that differently. The new moon in any season is that zodiac's moon. So the next new moon is Wednesday, January 13th. It falls in Capricorn season. We're in Capricorn season right now. It already started, but this is the new moon that's associated with this season. So it's got Capricorn energy to it. And so just so I can like get your mind, I'm a visual person, so I need the list. And also this would be helpful too if I had like a diagram. But whatever the opposite side of the zodiac is from the new moon, that's what the full moon will be. So let's do another example. I speak Sagittarius, so bear with me here. So Sagittarius and Gemini are on opposite ends of the spectrum. Sagittarius is December, Gemini is June. There are other months associated in it, but I know this because it's my birthday and it's my son's birthday. We are literally half birthdays from each other. How cool is that? So during Sagittarius season, the new moon is going to be the Sagittarius moon. The full moon is going to be the opposite sign on the zodiac wheel. I think that was the most eloquent way to say that. So why am I sharing all of this? Because not only when we look at a whole year and when we look at the moon cycles that fall within the year, not only do we feel the energy of new moon typically being intention setting time and full moon being celebration and release time, but we've got different energies associated with the zodiac to play with too. So that's why I started off this call with saying we are in the full moon of Cancer. The full moon of Cancer is a lot different than the full moon of Scorpio. So it's going to be really fun for you, I think, because it's really fun for me. It's going to be really fun for you to pay attention to the energies of the zodiac that the moons fall in so that you can work with them. Right? I work with the moon cycle when I allow myself to really restore myself during the disseminating moon phase. Just like I work with the full moon in Cancer tonight and by tapping into deep emotion. When it was Sagittarius full moon earlier this year, that full moon was releasing and celebrating all sorts of adventure type energy, because Sagittarius is a very adventurous zodiac. So I'm talking slow. I'm trying to like get this out eloquently. So tonight, it's the full moon in Cancer. We feel the elements of Cancer very deeply with this full moon, which is why it's so important that we're talking tonight, because it literally is allowing for us to wash away and release that which doesn't serve us from 2021, so we can step into next year like fresh and clean. Like we've got a whole clean slate to work with. And then come January 13th, with the new moon in Capricorn, we'll have been into the moon cycle for a couple weeks, and or we'll have finished off this moon cycle and we'll begin a new one, and we'll be a couple weeks into the year. So we'll have already felt that freshness of the new year, and then we've got a new moon that we can work with. How's this sounding? I feel like I'm like packing in a ton of information, but it all feels like it's flowing pretty well. So ladies, here it is. What your intentions are for 2021 can be an overarching umbrella. And then as we come to each new moon within the year, you can revisit the original intention and ask yourself, what do I need to continue to nurture that original intention for 2021? What do I need to do? What do I need to feel? Better said, what do I get to do? What do I get to feel? And then at each full moon, as you step closer and closer, you release what doesn't serve you. And by the end of the year, of course, you're going to have transformed so much. But it is so important. I think this is going to be my final point. It is so important to focus on what we want. And that's what intentions allow for us to do. We have been trained to make New Year's resolutions. But to me, the word resolution means that you've been doing something wrong and you have been bad. And so now we need to punish ourselves from it. Whereas an intention is like, I have this whole fresh slate available to me. What do I want to fill it with? Resolution has that obligation energy, that punishment, that you're not good enough energy. And so what do we tend to do at the beginning of every year? We diet, which means we limit what we can do, what we can eat. We focus on debt. We focus on how bad relationships are, instead of focusing on the fun and what you actually want. Instead of focusing on what we've done wrong and how to punish ourselves, what if we focused on living healthier? Finding new ways to bring in new recipes, or moving our bodies in ways that feel fun instead of punishment? What if instead of focusing on debt, we focused on exciting, fun ways to bring in more money? What if instead of focusing on how we can fix relationships because they're so bad, what about if we focused on how can we infuse more fun into those relationships? Do you feel the difference here? Setting new intentions rather than resolutions allows for you to participate with the waxing and waning, ebbing and flowing magical journey that you're going to go on anyway. You might as well create it based on what you want, instead of based on what other people tell you you have to do or you should do. These are all really beautiful pieces for you to start putting together the puzzle that you want to create. How does that sound? How are we doing, ladies? So I would love for you to type out my intention, and I gave you a page on that worksheet, your 2021 intentions. I would write it on this. And I would say exactly what it is you want to do and how it is you want to feel. So ladies, who wants to write it out? I had you write down a couple things in a couple different ways, but my intention for 2021 is to do X and feel Y. Alyssa, yeah, balsamic moon is the final phase before the new moon. And that's available to you in the Moon Cycle Collective, sweetie. We've got a whole library in there with all like a breakdown of each of the moon phases. That is one of the things that you get with the Moon Cycle Collective, which Elisa is in. Yeah, waning crescent. It's a delicious phase. Yes, I dislike the resolution term. And who really sticks to those? Well, that's exactly it, Danielle. That's an amazing point. Nobody sticks to their resolutions because they're literally built on a foundation of lack and scarcity. Nobody wants to do that. You know what people want to do? Have fun, play, invite silliness in, create from a space of trust and knowing and abundance. Fun is the key, ladies. When is the last time you had fun? I love that. Rather than focus on what we don't want, focus on what you do want. That's exactly it. People ask me all the time, well, how do I call in abundance when my bank account shows $2? And what I tell them is what I've learned through various different teachings, but Abraham Hicks actually said it in a way that resonated with me the very most, that you're looking at your reality and you're believing in it. So you're looking at what's going on you, and what you're focusing on is what's not there rather than what you're excited to bring in. And if we can focus on what we're excited to bring in, as opposed to staring at the fact that something's not there. Because if we stare at the fact that something's not there, it's going to continue to not be there, because that's where we're giving our attention. That's where we're giving our energy. So stop looking at your reality and believing it. Stop looking at it as if you are doomed for all time. Doomed, Scrooge, you're doomed for all time. Muppet Christmas Carol, ladies. You're not. You're not, unless you choose to keep looking at how doomed you are. But if you can say, okay, yes, bank account looks like that now, and I'm so excited for what's coming. So excited. Oh, remember when I was riding that bike and I felt that free going down that hill? I am just so excited because I know my bank account is ready to feel that way. I can feel it. That was the best feeling. I felt so free, so at ease, so peaceful. Oh my gosh. Knowing that energy of peace and freedom and more and excitement is going to be showing up in my bank account. Sure, there's $2 now. It doesn't mean it always has to stay $2. I'm so excited to feel the way I felt on that bike when I look at my bank account. You know what? I'm going to feel that way about my bank account right now. I'm going to stop looking at what's not there, and I'm going to appreciate that. I love those $2. I love those $2. Thank you. Thank you for those $2. Those $2 give me more freedom than if I didn't have any. So grateful for that. So grateful for that. That's what we do. That's how to do it, ladies. And when you're intentional about what you want to feel, as opposed to not focusing on what you don't want to feel, everything changes. Everything changes. My intention, Chelsea, my intention for 2021 is to play more. Girl, that's exactly it. That's right. You play more, you have fun. You have fun, you feel joy. You feel joy, you are raising your vibration. Guess what's up here on other vibrations? Abundance, love, more opportunity. It's so funny, and I used to do this too. So if you do this, like, you're not alone. But it's like, oh, I have to have fun now so that I can call more in the future. It's like, yeah, poor you. You got to sacrifice yourself now and have fun so that you can call in more for the future. No, what if we just committed to having fun in every moment of now? Because if you have fun now, guess what? You have fun. And if you have fun, then that's awesome now. And if you commit to doing that in every now, at tomorrow's now, it's the future right now, but tomorrow it will be now. You'll have fun. Guess what will happen a year from now? You're going to have fun. And all of that will compound and really grow and just bring deeper levels of joy to you, which is just so exciting. Okay, ladies, excellent. Maria, further my business with more experience, and by gaining knowledge, feel joyful. Excellent. So that feels so good, Maria, because it's like I'm gonna feel joyful. I'm gonna feel joyful while I'm gaining the knowledge, while I'm gaining the experience, and as a byproduct, my business is going to grow. I love it. Danielle, my intention for 2021 is to welcome abundance in all areas of my life and feel acceptance and worth. Yes, girlfriend. Yes, and I love that you use the word welcome, because here's what, ladies. Oh gosh, this masterclass could turn into like 6 more. Oftentimes we claim we want something, but we keep it at arm's length. We won't allow for it to come. I want abundance, but I don't feel worthy of abundance. So I'm actually going to do all the things to block it from coming. So Danielle, I love the word welcome for you, because it feels like, yeah, I'm ready to open the door to it now. Didn't realize that the door was closed before. I kept saying that I wanted to come, but how can it come when the door is closed? I'm going to welcome it in. I love that. Dara, my intention is to choose me and my highest good, to feel happy, abundant, peaceful, and in love with the life I'm creating. Girl, awesome. Awesome. And then let the miracles abound from that space. Eva, my intention for 2021 is to fall in love with myself and totally trust me and my intuition. Yes, sister. And give yourself grace along the way. You're not getting away from that word, my love. You're just not. It's amazing. Ladies, are you feeling the shift? Are you feeling the importance of no longer living in that fear-based, punishment-based, linear-based way that we were told was the right way, but we felt that there was something different. We felt there was something more. This is the more. This is the more. So good. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave you at that. I'm going to put one more time I put the link for my moon print session right there for you. So if you want to hop on a call and have a one-to-one, talk about what's coming up for you so I can coach you through something, because I mean, I'm going to coach no matter what. So on my moon print sessions, it's basically a one-to-one coaching call, and we talk about next steps for you. So I'm going to coach you through something, and we'll talk about my programs, the True You Tent Moon Cycle Collective. If you want to do that, head right there, fill out the application form. It's just a great questionnaire to give both of us some clarity before we hop on the call. And then we've got a little bit of a print to work from, and we get to go deep, and it's really fun, and it's really intimate, and it's really exciting. And we'll talk about where the moon is whenever we hop on our call, and then we'll talk about what's next for you in that adventure. So there's that. Go fill out the application, and we'll hop on the phone over whatever feels good for us. And also, just like planting the seed now, pay attention to this space. Make sure you have your notifications turned on to this space. And also, if you're following me on Instagram or Facebook, like, stay tuned, because in the middle of January, I'm going to be doing something very, 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 very special, where we're going to go deeper into seasonal celebration. We're going to talk about true feminine wisdom and how we can embody that, how we can call upon that in different areas, through the elements, through the seasons, through celebrating. There's a lot that's being cultivated in me right now, and I think it's going to be like a 5-ish day intro course, challenge, series. I don't know, call it whatever you want. I'm gonna feel into it a little bit more, but keep your eyes open for that, because that's going to be mighty powerful, and that's going to be a free opportunity as well. I love offering up tons of value, and so I love doing these chats for free, because it just adds so much more value to everybody, including the women that have said yes and invested in themselves by way of working with me. And this course, this like 5-day course, it's not a course, I'll come up with the right terminology. It's just going to be so powerful. And You're going to learn a lot more about what types of things we do in the True You tent, because we go very, very deep in there. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Fill out the application if you're like, no, we got to talk soon. Like, I need some more support. And there's an energetic exchange that happens when you are willing to invest in yourself monetarily, with your time, with your commitment, because what that all really is self-devotion. And it's you literally showing up and saying, I'm putting some skin in the game now. I am devoted enough to myself to move the needle further with this and to get the support that I've been craving. This is not a luxury. This is a necessity, ladies. And this is one of my superpowers, is holding space, doing the deep dive, intuitive coaching you through all the things, and bringing cyclicality and your own intuition and the truth of who you are up and into it. So if that feels like something you want to have a conversation about sooner rather than later, fill out that form. I'll get it in email form. And then also keep your eyes peeled for the event that's coming up in the middle of January. And until then, my loves, tag me with questions if you have them. Happy to answer any and all of them. If you didn't type in your intentions, please do. We'd love to cheer you on with them, because they're important. I was reading this book. This will be my last comment. I was actually listening to a book. It's called La Luna, of course, the other day. And I want to find it on Audible so I can actually give... Oh, it's just Luna by Tamara Dreesen, Driessen. She said something so powerful. She said something to the effect of, writing things down allows for us to see our thoughts. Writing things down allows for us to see our thoughts. So write down your intentions, ladies. That's why I gave you that second page of the worksheet. I want you to write it down. I want you to write it down. I want you to revisit it cycle after cycle after cycle. I want you to come back to it at the end of 2021 and see how things have worked. And they're always going to work, whether they work out exactly the way you think they're going to or not. That's a different story. They're always going to work out exactly as they're meant to. But write it down, because you get it out of here and you get it here, and it becomes so much more powerful. It's like an alchemical process to get it out of here and down on the page. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Oh, you're also amazing. Maribel, Amy, Johanna, Christine, thank you. Happy full moon, everybody. I'm so glad this served you. And like I said, please share with us what your intentions are for 2021. So much love, ladies. Thank you for being here. Have a very happy new year.